All right. So we've got two more questions. One of them is we're going to hit the most negative one first, and detrimental, and then we'll end with a positive one. So it's just kind of the order they came in. So here's the question is, we've talked about trust, and that is a really important part of the culture. And if you don't have trust, between team members, reasonable level, there's a bunch of other problems that happen. Your incentive program is the least of your problems. But so, how do we recover from a loss of trust situation where employees feel it's completely unbalanced? And Courtney, just let's start with you on this one.
There's a number of tools in your tool bag that you can use to address this. This is a very challenging thing. However, the first tool that I like to pull out is transparency. Look, we recognize that we've had some false starts, some missteps. We started and stopped, and it's made some people believe that this is all about greed of ownership or whatever the issue happens to be, that loss of trust in your organization. Be transparent about it. This is where we swung and we missed, and this is our attempt to get it right. And we cannot do it without your buy-in. It will fail without that. And just being very transparent with the team that we are committed, 100% committed to making this right. And we also recognize that to make it right is a long row to hoe, but it's worth it because we care about you. This is kind of executive level management is you're communicating that you truly care about the team and that the team gets aligned and that you care about equity of every functional process in the company, especially those ones that are incentivized. And you have to start there, and then it is a process of the plan, do, check, adjust over and over until it gets refined to a level that people actually start to see some wins in their span of control. And when wins occur, you celebrate them vigorously. You don't just point out the failures. You really emphasize, hey, we had a win here. We're on the road to the goal, the vision that we've stated, to an effective organization that adds value to our customers, and every employee feels like they are contributing and they know what they contribute, and they're incented accordingly.
Sue, what do you have to add to this one?
Yeah, the only, because I totally agree with Courtney, the only two things I would add is one, that with transparency, it needs to be more than just the one time, right? This was a misstep. Now we're going to start over, right? The communication needs to continue so that they can see that it wasn't just transparent once, but that the whole process is going to be transparent. The second thing I would say is the ability, the humility to actually get people in a room, or when people come in the room, to honestly answer questions from the crowd. May not want to do them in a large forum, but unanswered questions can really kill a program, can kill any movement, forward, progress being made of changing steps. So be as transparent and communicative as you can in answering very specific questions.
I would also encourage, I brought it up before with trust. Go grab the Brene Brown video on the anatomy of trust, and because she's a researcher, so she's not guessing on it. I mean, she's studied tens of thousands of people and the interactions, and watched people and watched how they behave along with a team of people doing that. And it's sometimes the fault is we think that trust is going to go be built in big moments, and they're actually built in very, very small, consistent moments. So it's not about one piece of communication or one big thing. It's actually about the thousands and thousands of little small interactions that happen every single day. And I think like I could think about one person that I absolutely trust, general superintendent. I absolutely trust. I've trusted him since I was 18 years old, and he built that trust for me in a moment. And I remember exactly when that moment was, and that moment was not a huge deal. It had actually nothing to do with his skill level or anything else. It was simply that when I needed something, he was there for me for one moment. It wasn't even a big thing, but it was a small thing, but it appeared to be very big to me in in that moment in time when I was 18 years old. And to this day, if he called right now, if I saw his number come up, I would hang up on everybody right now to answer that phone call because I would do anything for him. So that trust, it just doesn't get built by big systems and programs. It gets built one conversation at a time, one interaction at a time. So, and it will get rebuilt that way. So, and it can also be lost just as quickly.